Hello everyone, welcome to LRNR classes. I have already discussed in the class that the basic structures of cell. So in previous class, I have already discussed about the cell wall and cell membrane. Okay. So now in this class, I am going to discuss about another basic structure of cell, that is nucleus. Okay, so what is a nucleus and what is its occurrence and what is its structure and what are the functions of nucleus. Okay, so let's come to know about the occurrence of nucleus. Okay, occurrence means where nucleus is present. Okay, so nucleus is present in all eukaryotic cell. Nucleus is present in all eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic means U means true, okay, and karyon means nucleus. So the cell which has a true nucleus, which has a distinct and prominent nucleus, that cell is called eukaryotic cell. Okay. Next, but in prokaryotic cell, there is no definite nucleus. There is no definite nucleus, no prominent nucleus. Okay, no distinct nucleus. Why? The pro means primitive. We already know the unicellular organisms who discovered first in the earth. Okay, they are all prokaryotic cell. So pro means primitive and karyon means nucleus. So they have the primitive type of nucleus. So their nucleus is not distinct, is not very prominent because their nucleus has no nuclear membrane. Okay, but in eukaryotic cell, the nucleus has a nuclear membrane. So due to presence of this membrane, we can observe the nucleus very distinctly and very prominently. Okay, but in the prokaryotic cell, it is the eukaryotic cell, it is the prokaryotic cell. But in the prokaryotic cell, there is no nuclear membrane. So nucleus is not distinct and there is no definite nucleus in this prokaryotic cell, and there is a definite and distinct and prominent nucleus in eukaryotic cell because presence of nuclear membrane. Okay, but nucleus is absent in RBC cell of human mammals. Okay. Nucleus is absent in RBC cell of mammals. RBC means red blood corpuscles, which is a cell of our blood. Okay, and also it is absent in sieve tube cells of vascular tissue. The vascular tissue is present in plants. Okay, so in plants there are vascular tissue is present. Vascular tissue is of two types. One is xylem and another one is phloem. Okay, xylem is the water conducting tissue and phloem is the food conducting tissue. So both are vascular tissue and both structures have some sieve tube like structures. Okay, so this sieve tube cells has no nucleus. Okay, so nucleus is present in all eukaryotic cell and it is absent in mammalian RBC cells and it is absent in sieve tube cells of vascular tissue. Next come to its structure. So structure, nucleus may be spherical, the nucleus may be oval shaped in the cell. Okay, and its position, it is centrally positioned. Normally it is present in center of cell. Okay, In case of animal cells, the nucleus is present in center position. But in case of a plant cell, in plant cells there is large vacuoles are present. Okay, so that the nucleus can present in the side region or at the periphery region of the cell. Okay, due to presence of large vacuoles in the cell, the plant cell nucleus present just side of the cell or periphery region of the cell. Okay, but in prokaryotic cell, we have already discussed about prokaryotic cell nucleus. But in prokaryotic cell, there is no definite nucleus. Okay, there is no definite nucleus because there is no nuclear membrane is present. Okay, but within that nucleus, the nuclear material is present. But nuclear material is present. Nuclear membrane is absent. But within the nuclear membrane, whatever the nuclear material, they are all present in the prokaryotic cell. Okay, the naked DNA, the nuclear material, we have the nuclear material, naked DNA, chromosomes, RNA, etc. But in a prokaryotic cell, only naked circular or folded DNA is present, and that is called nucleoid. Okay, so it's all about the structure of nucleus. So if we go to the structure of a nucleus, it is the cell, and in the center position it is the nucleus. Okay, so nucleus has three basic structures, that is, one is nuclear membrane. It is the nuclear membrane, okay, which is the outer covering of nucleus. Okay, then nuclear membrane, mainly nuclear membrane separates the nucleus from the cytoplasm. Okay, what is the function of nuclear membrane in case of a cell? The nuclear membrane separates the nucleus from cytoplasm. Okay, this is the nucleus and this is the cytoplasm. So nuclear membrane separates the nucleus from the surrounding cytoplasm. Okay, so you see there are some tiny pores present within the nuclear membrane. That tiny pores are called nuclear pore. So why nuclear pore is present within the nuclear membrane? The nuclear pore allows to exchange the substances. It may be nutrient type substance, it may be mineral type substance, it may be water, whatever it may be. It allows exchange substances, okay, between nucleus and cytoplasm. Okay, so within the nuclear membrane there is a fluid substance is present within the nucleus. Okay, that fluid content of nucleus is called nucleoplasm. It is the fluid content of nucleus, and that fluid content of nucleus is called nucleoplasm. Within the nucleoplasm there are nuclear materials are present. Okay, within the nuclear plasm there are nuclear materials are present. So what are the nuclear materials? Nuclear materials are nucleolus and chromatin fiber. Okay, so within the nucleus there is some distinct material is present within the nucleus, but it is membrane unbounded. Okay, this is the nucleolus, this distinct material present within the nucleus, but it is not bounded by any membrane. Okay, it is not bounded by any membrane or membrane unbounded structure. Okay, densest structure of cell which is very prominent in the cell, that is called nucleolus. Okay, so nucleolus is the densest material of cell. Nucleolus is the densest material of the cell. So it is the very most prominent material in the cell, due to it is much more densest, it is most prominent material in the cell, and it is rich in RNA and protein. Nucleolus is rich in RNA and protein. So it involves in the synthesis of ribosomes and synthesis of synthesis of proteins. Okay, so nucleolus is mainly involved in the synthesis of ribosomes and synthesis of protein, so that it is rich in RNA and protein. So within the nucleus there is a tangled mass of thread-like structures is present. Tangled mass of thread-like structures is present. Okay, that structure is called chromatin material. So it is just a thread-like structures is present within the nucleus. It is the chromatin material. Okay, so it is arranged at the time of cell division. This chromatin material unthreaded or become in pair structure at the time of cell division. They come to a regular shape or a particular shape at the time of cell division. Okay, so this chromatin material contains chromosomes. This chromatin material contains chromosomes, and chromosomes are visible at the time of cell division. When chromatin material gets arranged at the time of cell division, then that arrangement of chromatin material is called chromosome. Okay, so chromosome is normally has 2 arms. Okay, that is called chromatid. It is the structure of chromosome. So this chromosome has 2 arms. It is called chromatid, and these 2 arms attached with a point, that is called centromere. It is called centromere, and the end region of chromatid arm is called telomere. Okay, it is called telomere, and the center point in which the 2 arms chromatid is attached, that is called centromere, and it is the whole structure of a chromosome, and it gets paired at the time of cell division. Okay, so normally in the human being there are 23 pairs of chromosomes. In human being we have 23 pairs of chromosomes. 23 pair means 46 numbers of chromosomes. Okay. Okay, so let's come to function of a nucleus. So nucleus is called as controlling unit of cell. Nucleus is called as controlling unit of cell. Without a nucleus, a cell cannot survive or cannot perform any metabolic activities. Okay, so nucleus is called controlling unit of cell. Then nucleus is the storehouse of genes. Nucleus is the storehouse of genes. So where the genes comes from? The genes are present within the DNA. Genes are present within the DNA, and that DNA is present within the chromosome. Okay, so So chromosome has a stretches of DNA, and chromosome is made up of the two-stranded structure DNA, and that chromosome is nothing else, it is the arranged structure of chromatin fiber, which I have already discussed within the nuclear materials. Okay, so genes are present within the nucleus, it is a nuclear material. And what is the major role of gene? Gene has a major role in our heredity. What do you mean by heredity? Heredity is a process. It is a process. What type of process? It is a process of transfer of characters from our parents to offspring. Okay, so nucleus plays a major role for transmitting hereditary characters from our parents to offspring. Okay, so it is called a storehouse of gene. Then it also synthesizes some essential enzymes. It also synthesizes some essential enzymes, some essential proteins, okay, to regulate the metabolic activities. To regulate the metabolic activities. We have already discussed that. Nucleolus is a type of nuclear material, and within the nucleolus is rich in protein and RNA. So RNA is the main, having ribosomal RNA, it is the main factory of proteins. So here the essential enzymes and proteins are synthesized to regulate the metabolic activities. Okay, so it is all about the structure and function of a nucleus. Now let's discuss about the another basic structure of cell, that is cytoplasm. Okay, so cytoplasm is present in every living cell. Okay, it is the living component of cell. It is the living component of cell. Okay, so how it looks like? It is colorless, semi-fluid and jelly-like substance. Colorless, semi-fluid and jelly-like substance. Okay, so what is it? How it functions? That particularly helps to separate the plasma membrane and nucleus. Okay, it helps. So it helps to separate the plasma membrane and nucleus. Okay, then it has three components. It has three components. First one is cytoplasmic matrix. Cytoplasmic matrix or cytosol. Okay, next one is cytoplasmic organelles, or it is also called as cellular organelles or little organs of cell. Okay, and third one is the cell inclusions. Third one is the cell inclusion. Okay, so let's discuss about what is cytoplasmic matrix and what are the cellular organelles and what is cellular inclusion. Okay, so let's come to cytoplasmic matrix. Okay. So this matrix is the semi-fluid and jelly-like substance, and it constitutes about 80% water. Okay, so due to presence of this cytoplasmic matrix, the cytoplasm is like jelly-like substance and it is the fluid content of the cell. Okay, next the cellular organelles. So there are different cellular organelles are present within the cytoplasm. Okay, so the organelles has they have distinct and definite shape, they have a definite function, okay, and they remain separated from each other. So there are different types of cellular organelles. For example, endoplasmic reticulum is a type of cellular organelle. Okay, next your mitochondria, which is also called as powerhouse of cell, it is also a cellular organelle. Next your Golgi complex, it is a cellular organelle. Granules, vacuoles, okay, ribosomes. So these are the cellular organelles which remain in the cytoplasm. Okay, next come to what are the cellular inclusions. So there are different dissolved substance present within the cytoplasm, just like your water, sodium, potassium, different minerals, okay, and your organic materials like carbohydrate, lipids, okay, these are remain in the within the proteins. Okay, these are called cellular inclusions which present within the cytoplasm. Okay, so let's come to what are the functions of cytoplasm. Okay, so let's discuss about the functions of cytoplasm. Okay, so cytoplasm mainly helps in intracellular distribution of different materials, just like your nutrients, minerals, water, some ions, etc. Okay, so it helps the intracellular distribution within the cellular organelles. Okay, within the different cellular organelles. So cytoplasm is the main site for happening of different metabolic activities, just like your glycolysis, okay. So it is the site for different metabolic activities of cell, okay. So in cytoplasm also some biosynthesis process occurs, just like biosynthesis means synthesization of some biomolecules like your carbohydrate, protein, lipid, etc. Okay. So these are all about the functions of cytoplasm. So in the next class we will discuss about the different cellular organelles. So in this topic, regarding in this class, if you have any doubt, then comment on your comment box. Thank you.